pretty excited. We were very fortunate last October to fit a trade show in between the two variants of COVID, as we're still going through the last gasps of the pandemic, but we managed to have a very successful event last year, and the excitement for people to see each other face to face again was really evident. So we're very excited to have been sold out for this year's DEFSEC since May on the floor. And it's an expanded floor. So we've moved from the ballroom level down to the convention level in the Halifax Convention Center. It was our first year in the convention center last year, and it proved to be as world-class as we thought it was going to be. The Aerospace and Defense Association of Atlantic Canada have come on board as our presenting partner. This is our second year at it. And what we've done as a part of that partnership is hand over to them some of the content creation. So we have panel discussions on each day that's being managed by ACADA on our two theme days. And so the themes that we're working on, we tried to find things that were universal, because you could talk about shipbuilding and that excludes the air guys. And you can talk about fighter replacement, that excludes the Army guys. And what we tried to look at was, what are some of the universal themes that everyone's facing, all the way from the small, SMEs right up to the primes. And those things, cybersecurity and workforce development, absolutely universal. So day one on Wednesday, October 5th, we'll be talking about cybersecurity. We have an excellent panel during that day. And then the second day, we move into workforce development, which is another universal theme that everyone will be interested in. As much as we produce content and put it out there with their panel discussions, those are conversation starters. And it's really just to push things along in the direction we hope everybody is looking, but it's the sponsors and the participants, the government leaders that come, they set the agenda. And because we have this theme of connecting primes to SMEs and fulfilling supply chain, a lot of that energy builds itself and people create their own themes. So it's an exciting thing about DEFSEC that we only have to give it a nudge and it just rolls along. 20 students coming out of Dalhousie are third, fourth year graduate students in STEM activities and computer science. Nova Scotia Community College is sending almost 100 students who are all in their graduating year in applied sciences and supply chains courses, those type of things, everything the companies are looking for. And to bring them in on Thursday afternoon when they can engage with the companies, we offer the companies the opportunity to bring their human resources people in on Thursday afternoon for free so they can engage with the students, because they're looking for talent. And of course, we want to keep the talent here in Atlantic Canada, whether it's homegrown and students that are going to school locally, or if it's come from a ways who can find not only their school career, but now their working career here in Atlantic Canada. So it's a great opportunity to expand on that workforce development theme by including this academic day of connection. I think having the sponsors on board, like for example, Thales has stepped up in this day of connection opportunity. And what we're going to do with those students is serve them lunch off site. Okay, we've got a space about a half a block away where 150 of them are going to have lunch. Thales are going to talk to them about the industry. ACADA are going to talk to them. We're pursuing, some leadership from the schools and government, and myself as the director, we're going to let them know what they're in for when they go a block away and go into this atmosphere of DEFSEC. So having a sponsor like Thales step up and say, "Hey, we want to be a part of that. That's a part of the future. Is part of what we want to be involved in." So they wanted to step into that. So we try to follow what the key players in the industry are looking for. So if we're looking at shipbuilding themes, we talk to Lockheed Martin, we talk to C-SPAN, we talk to Irving Shipbuilding. I mean, they're right here in our backyard, and we talk to them about, what are you guys looking for out of the event? And of course, they're looking for everything, because they need people, they need parts, they need partners and suppliers all the way through in this enormous project they're undertaking. So we try to respond to the sponsor and participant needs as much as we can. Last year, we had 22 countries represented, which was exciting. Some of them were virtual, but many were in person. And what we'd like to see them is go through the process of investigating DEFSEC to see its value by being a virtual participant 1 year, and then maybe in subsequent years they find reasons to travel here. And so that helps the economic impact of the show here in the economy. But at the same time, those people get to understand that they're going to make an investment in participation in an event that's going to be of value to them. So we have this open door policy where you're not required to have a membership or a citizen. trying to be able to attend DEFSEC, you've got to be able to get in the country, you got to be able to be here safely. We are having a declaration at every registration online that people have had their vaccinations, and we still have a masking policy in place. So we're creating a safe atmosphere that then the Canadian Forces feels good coming into, because that end user community is very, very valuable for an exchange opportunity with all of our exhibitors. And then those international folks, they come in here and they get the chance to participate in the show. And we are a springboard to the rest of Canada and sometimes to North America for some of these folks who come over on a first-time basis. Grateful for the faith that our customers showed us. In 2020, when we did end up canceling, we canceled with about, I think, 3 months to go before the show. And 85% of the folks who had already purchased booth space said, you know what, keep the money, work toward the next show that you can put together. We trust you. You're going to be back. And it kept our little not-for-profit cash happy for another 16 months until we were able to present again. And so it was that 20 years worth of relationship that we built with these folks that allowed us to carry on that way and produce the next one. So we live in an atmosphere of gratitude around here, because with free staff and a not-for-profit and volunteer-driven organization, we're really happy to fill the role that we do in the community, but we wouldn't do it without a lot of trust and a lot of partnership. And that starts with our friends at ACADA and ACOA, and it goes through that long list of customers that have been with us for so long, and they are both international and national and local in nature. So we're pretty grateful and pretty happy to exist this way.
Colin, I got to tell you, that's an incredible story. The fact that people trusted you enough to say, look, keep the money, that you do not hear that in many industries. So it's obvious that there's a community, there's trust, and there's collaboration. Those are important tenets of any organization. And I just feel privileged that we as Gale Force Winds are going to be back this year and to keep the conversation going long after the show ends, frankly.
An exciting initiative to expand our reach, to drive into more detail, to use new mediums to be able to promote the event itself, and then give more exposure to our participants in the aftermath. So we're really excited about this new medium and grateful to you guys to bring your kind of talent and experience on board. It's just adding to a growing team, and then we're thrilled to have you guys a part of it.